And two of the country's largest gun makers say they won't produce weapons to meet the state's new micro-stamping requirement. 23 ABC's John Genovese found that supporters say it will help fight crime, but critics argue it's just a way to stop guns from being sold.
It could potentially put me out of business.
Gene Thome has worked with guns for 30 years.
Grew up shooting. My family came to the Tejon Ranch in the 1850s. They were all hunters. They herded sheep.
Today he owns Bear Mountain Sport, an East Bakersfield shop that specializes in all types of firearms.
$419 you can come in and buy this gun. If you add a $600 price tag to it for microstamping, we're not going to sell the gun.
First passed by legislators in 2007, microstamping is still a relatively new technology. New models of certain weapons like this Ruger handgun are now required to imprint tiny stamps on bullet casings. Supporters of the law say it will help law enforcement solve more crimes.
I think it's well worth the gun industry, putting a couple more dollars into the manufacture of their guns.
Staff attorney Cody Jacobs with the Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence says the requirement doesn't apply to older handgun models already certified for sale in the state. Earlier this month, gunmakers Smith & Wesson and Sturm Ruger announced they won't produce new weapons to meet the microstamping requirement. Bakersfield police declined to comment on the law, but a spokesperson for the Kern County Sheriff's Office told us it could potentially help during an investigation. Still, they caution that microstamping technology isn't fully developed, and the firing pins used to stamp serial numbers can be replaced. Warning, too, that few criminals commit crimes with their own guns.
Any crime-solving technique is going to have ways criminals can get around it, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't do it.
But others disagree.
They want our guns, they can't get them, so they're doing everything else to get them.
Sportsman Ron Rowell believes the law is part of a larger agenda, something that has Gene worried about the future of his business.
Used to, you could go on the approved list and you could see daily what guns were put on the list. You might have 5, 6, 7 new handguns put on the list. It's been zero since May.
Zero handguns from so far 0 manufacturers that embrace the new law. In Bakersfield, John Genovese, 23 ABC.
And earlier this month, 2 gun lobby groups filed a legal challenge to the law in state Supreme Court. Still, for now, the micro-stamping requirement remains in effect for new handgun models to be sold.